you remember the first time you felt you needed to hide? Perhaps it was when his eyes were filled with tears and someone said, "Swallow the cry." Or when your joy was silenced with a, "Don't make so much noise." Or when your fear was ignored and you learned to smile on the outside, even trembling inside. In childhood, you were essence, brightness without filter, naked soul dancing in the small body. But this world so full of haste, demands and carelessness did not know to see its delicacy. So to survive, you protected yourself, created invisible armor, adopted roles to feel loved, accepted, safe, and without realizing it, he forgot who you were. The emotional wounds of childhood are not just old scars. They are seeds that, if not cared for, germinate in patterns that shape their relationships, their fears, their choices. Carl Jung called inner child this sacred and wounded core that dwells in you. This part still lives there, waiting for recognition. By listening, and it is to her that this path goes. Are you ready to look inside, to find the masks you hid, and hear the pain they tried to silence? Take a deep breath, because this journey begins now. When pain comes too soon, the little soul finds creative ways to resist, and those forms become masks, not for malice, not for weakness, but for love of life. Each mask is an attempt to protect the original wound. They are not the problem. They are the symptom. They are distress calls disguised as force, need, isolation, or fury. You learned early that if you don't control, you will be controlled. Perhaps your caregivers were unstable, or maybe the chaos at home was so big that the only way not to go crazy was to try to predict everything. Then you turned into the strategist, the planner, he who needs everything to be in place, who does not bear the unexpected, who is anguished before error, who leads even when exhausted. Behind the control is a heart terrified. You grew up believing that you needed someone to exist. Perhaps you have not received constant presence, or enough love, or simply never felt seen for real. Then you became what the other wanted. Sought approval as one who seeks air. Made of the love of the other your mirror, your ground, your north. You fall in love quickly, create expectations, abandon yourself not to be abandoned. Behind the dependence, there is a hunger for belonging. You learned that walking away was safer. Perhaps confidences have been betrayed. Maybe the laughter has turned into derision, or maybe silence was his only form of protection. Then you built walls, you created inner worlds, and you convinced yourself that you didn't need anyone. You're the observer, the one who feels too much but shows less, the one who protects himself so much that he isolates himself. Behind the loneliness, there is a sensitive soul, deeply wounded. You learned that feeling was dangerous, crying was weakness. To survive, you had to attack first. Then you wore the armor of anger, of hardness that protects pain. You are intense, speak loudly, react quickly, take space not to be crushed. But behind the aggressiveness lives a heart that has already been crushed too much, which carries humiliations, injustices, absences. Anger is the fire that tries to prevent the soul from freezing. She cries, "See me." You grew, but the masks came along, and with them the patterns, the repetitions, the cycles. You wonder why it always attracts the same kind of relationship, why certain triggers hurt so much, why it sabotages itself, why it explodes, why it runs. It is not a failure, it is wounded. The masks try to avoid the pain, but end up keeping you trapped in it, because everything that is not seen repeats itself, until it is looked at with love. But there is good news. Each pattern is also an opportunity, a disguised invitation to heal the origin. All pain, when accepted, becomes wisdom. Every mask, when understood, is undone, and what remains is you. The cure is not to get rid of the pain. It is to learn to dance with it. It is to recognize the mask without being it. It is to look at the wounded child without drowning in it. This is called consciousness, an inner space of presence and compassion, where you observe without judging, where you feel without getting lost. Reparation is the gesture of going back and giving yourself what was missing: presence, security, validation, love. You can be the parent who didn't have one. You can welcome your child with firm hands and an open heart. You can say to them, "Now you're safe, I am here." To unidentify yourself from pain is not to reject it, is not to let it dictate your life. You can say, "This anger is old, but today I choose silence. This fear is from before, but today I choose to follow. This lack is real, but today I give myself what I need." And above all, you can reconnect with your essence, with the soul that was always there, under the layers, waiting to be remembered. Spirituality is not the escape from pain. It is the encounter with the sacred within pain. It is to see that, even wounded, you have always been whole. You can take off the masks, carefully, with tenderness, like who takes off old bandages to let the skin breathe. You can be who you are, without hiding, without performing, without begging. Your presence is a gift, your pain, a bridge, your way, sacred. And if today you choose, can embrace this child within you, hold your small hands with yours and say, "Now you are no longer alone." Breathe. Close your eyes. You're coming home. If you have come so far, answer me. Can you recognize which masks you still carry? What parts of your inner child are still waiting for a hug, for listening, for love? Maybe it's time to stop running away from yourself and start meeting again. If this video touched something inside you, like it, share it with those who need to hear it. Let's go together, one step at a time. Until the next video.